In 2016, Google, a company primarily known for software, entered the smartphone market. Well, yes, they already had the Nexus line, which were phones that always got the latest Android update. With Google's new Pixel phone, it was the same idea, but the phone was actually made by Google themselves instead of other manufacturers. This is William from Wink Tech, and in this video I will be reviewing the first Google Pixel and determining whether it was a good phone for the time or if it is still usable today. First off, talk about the design. It's very subpar. The design is very generic looking and has a really big bottom and top bezel. It doesn't even have a home button, so it ends up looking very empty. Apparently the design is actually a recycled HTC phone design, which makes sense because it has the looks of an HTC phone, and they were the ones that manufactured the Google Pixel. On the back of the phone you'll find the fingerprint reader, which is pretty fast, although I'm not a fan of fingerprint readers placed on the back of the phone. It has a glass portion on the top of the phone for the antennas, and the rest is metal. The phone came in 3 colors, just black, clearly white, and really blue. As you can tell, I have the just black version. It was one of the first phones to use the USB-C port for charging, which also made sense since Google was an early adapter of USB Type-C. On the sides of the phone you have your volume rocker and a textured power button on the right side. Now the design may be pretty boring, but do the specs make up for it? Back in 2016, these were top-notch specs. It came with a Snapdragon 821, 4GB of RAM, starting at 32GB of storage, a 2770 mAh battery, and a 1440p AMOLED display. In 2016, these were typical specs for a flagship Android phone. But the one thing that set it apart from the competition was the software. For most Android phones, updates can take a long time, and even then, they might not even get the update in the first place. This is because every Android phone manufacturer has their own version of Android, and each time a new version comes out, they have to tailor that version to fit with their design. This can take a long time from when the update officially comes out to when the manufacturer has their own version prepared. With a company like Apple, this isn't an issue because there's only one version of iOS for every supported iPhone, so they can all get the update at the same time. This results in quick and frequent updates, which is good for getting the new features and security. However, Google themselves also don't have this problem because they own Android, and so they can get updates to their own phones quicker. Google's version of Android is considered stock, meaning no further modifications have been made, and it also means that it comes with Google's default apps, and something very important to me, no ads. For me, it is very important in a smartphone that it doesn't come with ads because I already own the product. For a comparison, there have been numerous complaints about Samsung putting ads in their default apps, such as the Wallet app. Yes, you heard me right, the Wallet app. Samsung also only has 2 years of guaranteed updates for their phones, which is not a long time, especially if you're a person who likes to keep your phone for longer. The Pixel, on the other hand, has 3 years of software support, and the updates will come much faster. As of right now, the Pixel can run the latest software, which is Android 10, which is great for a phone from 2016. This is unlike my Galaxy S6, which is stuck on Android 8. However, the Google Pixel first generation is said to not be getting Android 11, which is a bit disappointing considering it's not a very large update. One of the biggest features with the Pixel was the camera and the unlimited cloud photo and video storage that came with it, which is a pretty sweet deal with this phone considering you would otherwise have to pay monthly for cloud storage. The camera is a standard 12 megapixel sensor with an f2.0 aperture. It was also able to record 4K video at 30 frames per second, which was a standard feature for most flagships released in 2016. The camera on the Pixel is pretty capable, but in my opinion the pictures from the Pixel come out too saturated and over-sharpened. Some people may like this look, but I prefer more natural looking photos that I can edit later. As for the video quality, it is not the best video camera at all. Resolution doesn't mean everything, and it shows in the Pixel. I would say that a phone like the iPhone 7 performs far better than the Pixel when it comes to video quality. Installing the Camera PX mod allows the first-gen Pixel to use some camera features that are otherwise only available on the Pixel 2 and later, such as portrait mode and night sight. It works well, but it's obviously limited by the hardware. However, the software is really impressive here and really goes to show what can be done with a single phone camera sensor. Overall, I would say the Pixel was a decent first try at a flagship from Google. The camera is impressive for the time, the hardware is decent, the design is boring, but most importantly, it still has the latest Android version 3 years after release. Performance is decent, but I can get random lag spikes, but otherwise it's pretty smooth, albeit not as smooth as the iPhone 6s, which is older. Android 10 also has gestures similar to the iPhone, but they are really bad on the Pixel, so I'd stick to the digital home button. Should you buy the Pixel in 2020? Probably not. I would get at least the Pixel 2 at this point, but it's still cool to take a look at Google's first smartphone. They have come a long way, but Google still has a lot of work to do if they think they can compete with the likes of Apple and Samsung. Well, that's about it for this video. What do you think about the Google Pixel? Do you have one? If so, was it worth buying? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and consider subscribing for more videos like this one. Anyway, this has been William from Wink Tech, and I will see you in the next video.